Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're getting into S.Kelman's novel, Pigeon English. It's quite something.
It really is.
We've looked at a few different takes on it, and, well, our mission today is to really unpack how Kelman uses the main character, Harrison. He's just a kid.
11 years old.
Right, 11. How his innocent view reveals some pretty complex stuff about, morality, circumstances, and just plain misunderstanding.
Yeah, and it's striking, isn't it, how Kelman filters this really harsh urban reality through Harrison's, naive eyes. It kind of acts like a mirror, in a way.
It is jarring, though, that contrast between how he sees things so literally and the grim reality, like his description of the dead boy.
Oh, yeah.
The ground was all wet with blood, more like a puddle, black and shiny like oil. Or even saying the blood was the best bit like Ribena. It's chilling.
It really normalizes the violence through his eyes, which somehow makes it even starker for us, the readers. It definitely blurs those moral lines.
So how does that work then? His innocence gives him this, moral clarity, but it also makes him vulnerable, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Think about his little detective project inspired by CSI. His list of signs of guilt.
Ants in your pant or uncontrolled gas.
Exactly. It's sweet, him trying to impose order. But tragically, that same clear sense of right and wrong knowing murder is wrong, refusing to help rob Mr. Frimpong because it felt hoolacious, that becomes his undoing. He can't just ignore it like the adults do.
So his own clear morals are a liability, and yet they're still blurring, even for him, like admiring Killa or the minor things he does, spitting, shoplifting.
Yeah, it shows how those lines aren't always so bright, even for him. But looking wider, Kelman seems to suggest that many characters are, products of their situation, right?
You mean like the gang members? Killa, the Del Dimas crew?
Precisely. He doesn't just paint them as villains. He shows the poverty, the lack of options. Violence becomes a way to get status or protection. Harrison even notes they just wanted to be big men, like in the films.
Or that line, you have to be in a gang or you're nobody. It puts their choices in context.
It does, but it's not just them. Harris's mom, too.
Right, yeah. She makes some questionable choices, dealing with that guy for their papers. Or Mr. Frimpong, the dodgy consultant.
Driven by desperation, though. Try and keep the family safe, worrying about their visas. It's about survival.
So circumstances explain a lot. But Kelman doesn't just say it's all determined, does he? People still have some choice.
That's the crucial balance, I think. Yes, circumstances are powerful, immigration, poverty, isolation. But individuals aren't just puppets. Harrison himself shows that. His resistance, his chats with the pigeon. There's agency there, even if it's limited.
Well, let's talk about his voice. That pigeon English. It's such a mix, isn't it? Ghanaian words like ahushis, slang, his kid observations.
It's incredibly effective. It really puts you inside his head, navigating this new world. And his literal take on idioms thinking sucked off means a hard kiss. It's funny, but also kind of sad.
It highlights that communication gap perfectly.
Totally. And that specific way of speaking, his pigeon English, it represents his in-between state, caught between cultures. It actually stops him communicating effectively when it matters most.
Oh, so?
Well, those language barriers, the cultural misunderstandings, they directly hinder his attempts to warn people or get help with the murder investigation. He can't quite articulate the danger or fully grasp the threats himself. It tragically contributes to his fate.
Like the pigeon he talks to, he's observing from the edge, an outsider trying to translate everything.
Exactly. Which leads to the tough conclusion, really. Harrison's innocence, his moral compass, it's just not enough in the world he's in. His faith in things working out, injustice, it's heartbreakingly naive.
So it's not just one bad guy causing his death. It's more like a failure of the whole system around him. Communication, understanding, protection.
I think that's what Kelman's arguing. His status as an immigrant, his age, his family being isolated, it all plays a part. The community, the institutions, they just couldn't really hear him, literally and figuratively.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So Pigeon English becomes this really profound look at how systemic failures, not just individual ones, leave vulnerable people unprotected, especially kids caught between worlds.
So wrapping this up, what does this deep dive leave us thinking about? For you, listening. Harrison's story is tragic, yes, but maybe Kelman's point is that innocence needs active protection. It needs a community that truly listens.
Yeah, it really challenges us, doesn't it? How well do we listen to those unique voices around us, especially the ones trying to navigate different cultures, different worlds? Are we really hearing them?